Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday, the 26th, I believe, of July. I want to talk about people that are being led by faith, because that is actually how this world and how rulership in this world works. They make you believe in what they are saying, and you follow the light of their knowledge. Yeah? But it is actually your faith that is keeping the whole thing together. And the reason why great civilizations crashed down in the end is because people lost faith. Where the ruling classes, the priesthood and all of that suddenly got predictions wrong, which is really bad, especially if you already have portrayed yourself as infallible. It's a bit of a problem then if something unforeseen happens, it kind of questions your infallibility. But that is what happens. People live in these constructs because they believe it is so. Because they've been told it is so. And they have faith. Until something happens that makes them doubt. And then the thing starts unraveling. It is here at the moment. I mean, a lot of our construct that we're in at the moment is ruled by law. And we had faith in the law. We had faith that the law was just. And so we followed it. The reason why there is increasing lawlessness at the moment is because we have lost faith in the law. And that is because we start to see that the law is not just. We've been told a lie. We've been told to believe in a lie, and we no longer believe. That is why this whole thing is coming apart. So that is one thing that happened. But really, the main problem for the ruling priests, the infallible ones that tell you what is going to happen next, is that they don't know. Not for sure. They cannot, with all their technology and everything, think about every possibility. They feel the need. They must control nature. They must control what happens next. Yeah? So they work it out and they give that knowledge to the people and the people run with it. But they can't. That they are not infallible, and that is just from, they're not. And the more mistakes they make, the more this construct of belief falls apart. So I had my friend talking about, great cultures, and the organization and the knowledge in it. Yeah, and how they rose on that knowledge. Like agriculture, she was talking about how it was affecting agriculture. Yeah, they knew the seasons because of their technology. People used to know the seasons. They didn't need somebody in a bloody Great Pyramid to tell them what's going to happen next. They knew. What they didn't know is what would happen in 5 years' time. They didn't know that. Our ability to know doesn't stretch that far. It stretches as far as we need, but it doesn't stretch to 5 years' time. And the point is, we don't actually need to know what happens in 5 years' time. They have that need because they need to be in control. They need to figure out how the entire world is going for, the next 1,000 years. You see, the governments that need to plan for 5 years ahead to know what is going to happen. and then things keep coming sideways at them that they hadn't thought about. So we always used to know what we need to know. So let's see, in a season, people knew when the time had come to plant. They probably didn't have a calendar or a clock. They didn't know what day of the year it was. Yeah, they might have been planting on a really weird day of the year, and you're standing there with your calendar and say, no, why are you planting now? My calendar says you shouldn't be planting now. But their knowing said, yes, we should plant now. Doesn't matter what day it is or what time of day it is, what time of day it is or what day of the year it is. I know I should plant now. That is the knowing that we had, because we were a part of this. We were a part of nature. Yeah? And when the harvest time came, they knew when that window would be there, that they need to bring the harvest in now. Again, it was not pre-planned. Somebody did not set the date 5 years ago. Now is the day you should bring it. No, they knew. Now is the window of opportunity. And they brought it in. And they were grateful about the harvest, and they rejoiced about what they had. Right now, we cannot rejoice about what we have. We cannot rejoice about the harvest because we're so bloody worried about when are we going to bring it in 5 years' time. Oh yeah, it worked this time, but hell, it will go wrong next year. Somebody tell me when to bring it in next year or the year after that. So we can no longer enjoy the moment. And there was a big shift in perception, in our perception, that we knew ourselves as a part of this. We knew when to do what, without calendars, without clocks, we just knew when the time had come to do it. And we trusted our own knowing to do it then. And we were grateful when the harvest came in. And it is not that we knew the date to bring it in, when to bring it in 5 years' time, but we knew there would be a window. Not knowing exactly when that window would be, we never knew that. But we knew the window would come. So we did not have to fret about that. And in a way, that is again something that life spoke out of Jesus. Don't worry, just know it will be there. And if it's not there tomorrow, when you really need it, it will come. We knew that because we viewed this place as our home and as our mother and as something that will take care of us. And we knew that. We did not fret about what will happen in 5 years' time. We did not feel the need to predict what will happen in 5 years' time, or when exactly. The day and the hour. You must know the day and the hour. And in the end, through going this way of predicting that far out, we create our own adversity. Because we no longer go by our own knowing, but we go by our predictions. And as I said, it doesn't matter how much information you feed into this thing, there's always going to be something unexpected. That you are not all, you don't know it all. You cannot build a model that knows it all. You can't, you don't have the information. Now, as I said, that's what the priests did. And the more they got it wrong, the more people lost faith. What is happening at the moment? I mean, we have no more faith in their predictions. And the structure that was depending on our faith is falling apart. And that's what happened to them. Now the big problem at the moment with us is that we have listened to the predictions for so long that we no longer know how to go by our own knowing. We've lost that ability because we did according to what we were told, according to their predictions. And we have lost the ability to know for ourselves. So, and that is what we need to refine. Because we were given, we are a part of this, and this is talking to us. Nature is talking to us. We have the knowledge. We can tap into the knowledge of all of nature, and we used to do so. And we used to see the patterns, and we used to know when the moment of opportunity was there. You know, it's a song that I have at the beginning of my channel now, you know when, how, and you know when to take a chance on the spirit of the wind. In knowing when that window of opportunity is there, and we no longer know that. And we worry ourselves sick now because we don't know. And those that we have trusted are idiots. So that is what we need to regain. And that's, first of all, the shift of perspective is to trust, not in them, but in this creation. Trust that Mother knows what she's doing, and to go with it, and know that that knowledge is inside of you, and go with it. Don't go up against it. Don't try to change her. Don't try to have dominion over her. That is madness. We used to go with her. So there's a last example that I was thinking of this morning, and that is the Inuits, the Northern Indians, Eskimos by old money, that saw the changes long ago. They saw the changes. They had no measurements. They knew inside of themselves, out of their own experience, they knew things were changing around them. So what are these people are doing? Those that still intuitively know by their own observations around them that things are happening. Are they starting building bloody harp installations to stop it from happening, to force nature back into the old pattern? Or are they going with the change? Are they adjusting what they are doing to go with the new circumstances and find themselves a new way? Because that is what all of nature does, is it adjusts. Herds move to different places. And, they don't stand in their place. Well, we have always grazed here, so we need to somehow change the weather so we can still graze it. No, they move on. They move with it. And they know intuitively that they must move. They know they must move. And they do it. And they don't question. And they don't try to stay in one place and bunker themselves in there. And that's what we used to do. We moved with the whole thing. And we knew when to move. We were given that ability. Until the idiots told us what to do in 5 years' time. And build all these models of what should happen next. And we needed to believe on that. And do accordingly. Have faith in them, in their models. We must go back to our own true knowing. And no, that means we don't know what happens in 5 years' time. We won't. But we should have faith in the Creator to know that something will happen. And that there will be a way. Anyway, I leave it at that for today, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.